to have shared
The 64th Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association kicked off in Lagos on Sunday, August 25, with a host of headline speakers who set the tone for the high-stakes gathering of Nigeria's legal minds. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima. It was a moment to defend some of the frontline policies his administration had undertaken in the last 1 year and where the nation should be heading.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the city of Lagos, the center of excellence for this assemblage of noble members of the Nigerian Bar Association, a famous, professional, and highly revered association. It is also pertinent for me to comment on the choice of Lagos as venue for this year's conference. I need not reiterate my filial affinity with Lagos, where I was privileged to serve at the helm of affairs from 1999 to 2007 as governor. The city of Lagos occupies a pride of place in the annals of the legal profession in Nigeria, and its status as a commercial capital expectedly makes it a melting pot for the brightest and finest of public and private lawyers. The choice of Tafawa Balewa Square as one of the venues for the conference is also commendable. TBS, as you may be aware, is one of Nigeria's prime historical and cultural landmarks. TBS, which is named after Nigeria's first Prime Minister, served as the venue for Nigeria's independence celebrations and lowering of the British Union Jack on 1st October 1960, as well as the formal declaration of Nigeria as a republic in 1963. The square also hosted the All National Assembly and Supreme Court buildings. Thus, TBS is a symbol of independence, liberation, rule of law, and democratic governance, which accords with the ideals of the NBA. I urge you to maintain a forward-looking posture in moving our dear nation beyond the present challenges to a nationwide development, peace, truth, and justice reign. It is now my great pleasure to declare this 64th Annual Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Also at the event was Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Director General of the World Trade Organization, who delivered the keynote address to a great applause.
Okonjo-Iweala, GCON, for the keynote address at the 64th Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association.
For her, Nigeria needed to be more intentional as a people.
About what we actually need to do to tackle present and emerging problems to assure a bright future for our young people in this country. That is why my speech today is entitled A Social Contract for Nigeria's Future. I know our friends, gentlemen of the press and ladies of the press are here, and I salute them for their hard work. I'm not here to castigate or blame anyone, so I don't want you to spin my words or put out headlines that don't reflect what I'm saying or about to say. I'm here to speak to all governments of my country, all political parties, all Nigerians about a positive way forward for the country. If we look back to the early years of independence, it's clear Nigeria had what it takes to succeed, and yet we've fallen behind countries that were on par with us back then. I want to remind people that in the first half of the 1960s, our per capita income in 1960 dollars was roughly equal to that of South Korea, in the neighborhood of $100 to $120 per capita, according to World Bank data. But then South Korea's growth took off as it went from exporting primary products like tungsten ore and dried seaweed to manufactured goods. Back then, it was textiles and footwear. Compared to today's integrated circuits, electronics, ships, and autos, not to mention services exports, such as gaming, entertainment, etc., where South Korea is also strong. Meanwhile, Nigeria's export basket went in the opposite direction and became less diversified. In the early 1960s, mining exports made up half of our exports, and food and animal or vegetable oils together about a third, with manufacturers accounting for 5 to 7%. But since 1974, oil has dominated, often accounting for 97%.
Also speaking, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, host governor of the event and delivering his welcome note, couldn't be more jubilant on the night.
More importantly, Aunty Ngozi have told us, as politicians, that we need to sit back and sign the social contract. She has enumerated for us, and I've taken notes, that indeed security of life and property is one of the cardinal things that the social contract is all about. That economic and institutional framework, ensuring that it is not the political party that designs an institution, it's the people, we the people of Nigeria, that designs that economic trajectory, and we must keep it. That is important for us to keep the women, the vulnerable in our society, and continue to provide social interventions for them. It's very important. How do we ensure that all of us in this room have a role to play? Back in the green room before she came, she said to me, Mr. Governor, it's nice to see you again. By the way, I still pay my tax. She's 70-year-old and she lives in 2 countries and she still pays her tax. I did not need to ask her. She volunteered and said to me that she still pays her tax. And like you have said, let us transparently also put accountability out there. The Attorney General has just won a celebrated case with which local government autonomy and giving them what they require has been decided by the Supreme Court. Lagos State, for once, is one of the states.
Nigerian Bar Association's annual General Conference brings together about the 200,000 lawyers practicing in the country for a week-long conversation on moving the practice of law into new frontiers and to serve as a barometer for democracy, the rule of law, the economy, and the overall well-being of the nation. Roberta Okbiaifo, Enterprise TV, Lagos.